The Super Eagles of Nigeria have qualified for round of 16 after beating Guinea-Bissau 1-0 in the last match of Group A on Monday night. The Super Eagles arrived for this clash second in Group A, tied with leaders Equatorial Guinea with 4 points from their first two games. The three-time Afcon winners stumbled to an unsatisfactory 1-1 draw with the Equatorial Guinea on match day 1 before producing a masterclass performance to claim a 1-0 win over host Cote d'Ivoire. The Eagles qualified. Arise correspondents Aaron Akirijola and Ebi Nyomo have been on ground in Abidjan, where they have been providing us with reports of proceedings. They now join us for a report. Hello, Aaron and Ebi. What more can you tell us about what's happening where you are?
All right, thank you very much. Let's actually talk about the fact that, let's start it off from yesterday's encounter. AB, of course, we actually were there at the Bonny Stadium here in Abidjan, where if they can actually help us with our audio, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Where the Super Eagles did play we did play the duties of Guinea-Bissau, talking about the Wild Dogs. 1-0 was how we actually ended, and more importantly, looking at how things have actually played out, a lot of people were not entirely happy with the outcome of that particular fixture. Abi, let me get to hear you. Let me get your thoughts about that particular fixture.
Well, I think for the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the fans, so many were expecting to see a harvest of goals because before that game against Guinea-Bissau had already succumbed to goals from Ivory Coast and Equatorial Guinea. And now facing off a Super Eagles side that has so many forwards and even supposedly creative midfielders, we did not see that kind of action. So yes, they got they needed 3 points, but those 3 points, how will Nigeria hope to continue winning by just a goal? We've played 3 matches and scored just 2 goals, 1 own goal. Aaron, I think coming into this Afcon, so many expected the likes of Victor Osimhen, the likes of Moses Simon, the likes of Chukwueze to step up to the party, but we've not seen that happen. Well, we've seen teams win by a goal in different groups to win big tournaments. Hopefully, maybe that's what the Super Eagles want to do, but I don't know how okay that will be.
All right, talking about how okay that will be, we know that they have punched their ticket to the round of 16. More importantly, has to be the fact that at the moment, the Super Eagles are holding their breath because they will face a team from Group C, and Group C will be in action today, looking at the round of fixtures, as Gambia will be taking on Cameroon by 6 p.m. and also simultaneous games but different venues will be Guinea, will look like the more prepared or the likeliest of the two against Senegal, which will also be 6 p.m. And at the moment, if you were to fancy your chances, who would you like to avoid? Would it be Cameroon or Guinea? Because Senegal, thanks to 2 wins, they seem to have punched their way through to the next round. Only a disastrous result will mean that Senegal will face Nigeria.
Well, I think it may just be easier for Nigeria to face on Guinea. And we know that Cameroon have really not been outstanding in this tournament. But looking at this tournament as well, Cameroon concede, but they still know how to get in goals.
Yeah.
The Super Eagles of Nigeria, so many may say in the 3 games...
But they are not conceding also.
Yes. But so many may say in the last 3 games, they may really have not been tested by a very formidable team, Aaron. So now I think Nigeria will just need to buckle up because, yes, you might be able to defend goals, but if you cannot get goals against a team that can get in goals, you are going to be in a very big problem. So I think probably Guinea might just be the better of the 2 teams for Nigeria to face.
All right, Guinea might be the better of the 2 teams. One thing is certain, the Super Eagles do know that this is a tournament and you would have to play quite a number of games to be able to get to the finals and ultimately win it. But let's talk about the restiveness and the unrest we've actually witnessed at this Nations Cup. The Ivorian fans in the stadium yesterday were literally down to tears, and there was so much heartbreak and heartache because of that particular loss. 4-0 was how we actually played out, and some of the fans took it to the streets thanks to the gendarmeries who helped quell what was already brewing to become a riot, a full-blown riot. But we saw some of the fans shattering glasses, breaking windows, wreaking havoc to public property. Talk to us about this ugly side of the game.
It's the ugly side of the game, but football sometimes is more than just a game. So many people put their life into it. So many people put everything into it. So not supporting violence, but I think they lost confidence in their clubs. Their countries let them down. A host country, that's Ivory Coast, being the first host country since 1984 to lose 2 group games. And they were the ones who lost 2 group games in 1984. So sad for them, but I hope so many are crossing their fingers, hoping Ivory Coast qualify from as best losers to Group A.
All right, Ivory Coast qualify as best losers. They would have to also wait because there will be a best loser table, which will be ultimately compiled at the end of this particular round of fixtures. But one thing is certain, today's fixture will see Gambia against Cameroon, Guinea against Senegal, Angola against Burkina Faso, and Mauritania against Algeria, in what has been a very exciting, unpredictable, mouth-watering, tense Africa Cup of Nations. I must say, the 2023 edition of the Africa Cup of Nations has really delivered top-notch football for not just Africans, but for the world to see.
Well, Aaron and AB, thank you so much for joining us and for that update.